You know what I've been noticing in this latest season of my life? That God really doesn't take no for an answer from his people. Because he'll just keep presenting you, me, whoever, over and over and over the same option. Okay, you want to do this or you want to do this? And then do you want to do it my way or you want to do it your way? And then you do it your way. And he says, oh, that wasn't such a good idea. I want to do this or I want to do this. You know what I mean? Until we make the right choice. He's so kind and loving and patient. But really, when it comes right down to the wire, it's either sit down and be quiet or you're going to end up laying down. Because once you get to the point where you're like, this is not going to work, I'm a failure, then we always turn to God. So, you know, I'm trying to make myself the kind of person who hears from God and opts to listen to him right away, as opposed to thinking I have a better plan. That's a hard thing to do. It is, because we are human. It's natural for us to go, if I do this and this and this will happen. It's a calculation that our brains automatically come up with. And everything that God does is so opposite of what we're used to hearing and used to seeing and used to doing. The calculation just doesn't add up in the human realm. And so we think, that doesn't sound like such a good option. But the thing about it is, God knows everything. His will is perfect. His ways are without flaw. And so trust is an action word, in the sense that it requires us to say, this goes against everything that makes sense, and I don't know how it's going to work out, but I'm sure I'm hearing from the Lord, and so I'm going to obey. And it's hard to be sure you're hearing from the Lord. There's so many outside voices. You got the world, you got the television, you've got society, you've got family, you've got co-workers, you've got social media, you've got the enemy. We want to blame everything on the enemy. Oh, the enemy, blah, blah, blah. You know what? A lot of times it's our own heart, which you always got to remember. Your own heart is talking, going, do this and do that, and always trying to do what we think is going to be best for us. And sometimes what God requires a sacrifice on our behalf. And when it does, we're like, I don't know if I want to do that. But listen, you're just going to keep getting that option over and over and over till you make the right choice. And it isn't God forcing you to do what he wants you to do. It's him continuing to give you the opportunity to trust him anyway. Listen, the world's screaming 1,000,000 miles an hour, every other alternative. But if we'll obey the Lord, we will get to see the good results of that. Every single time I do it, I'm going, man, why didn't I do this much earlier? It comes from having an ongoing relationship with him and reviewing my history to know that when I do what he says, this is what I get, and it's a better option. So go over your past, think of the things God's escorted you through, and be confident when you say, okay, Lord, let's do it your way. I love you guys, and I'll see you next week. God's plan works, because you don't get where you're going unless you continue. I've been clean for 11 years. Wow. You can do it. It'll make a difference.